Good evening and welcome to Younib TV live at 9, the last one for September 2025. Tonight we bring you the latest stories making the headlines across the country, including growing tensions between county governments and the National Treasury to road carnage along the Nakuru-Nairobi Highway, a major power project that promises to boost energy supply, and rising calls from the youth to take charge of their future at the ballot. We'll also touch on matters of education, security, conservation, and the troubling rise of violent crime in some religions, or rather in some regions. But let's take a look at the top stories first.
So we feel that this EGP thing, along the road, you people will either realize that you are not given the full picture and would ask to revise it, or it will be implemented with pain that was not necessary.
We want autonomy in the sense that we are facing a lot of challenges. And our main challenge is teacher specialization. You know, when we are under the umbrella of primary school, the primary school teachers are equipped and they are trained to cover a wide range of learning areas. But you see, the content that is being taught in junior school, it is deep, it is complex, it requires a teacher who has done what we call specialization.
Na Nairobi kufika tukio la ajali hapo Ukiambaa katikati ya Kiambaa na Zambezi, ndio dereva kuingia kwa barabara kwa kuwa kuna trailer imekuja kwa mwendo wa kasi na kujaribu kuondokea isigonge, kaingia kwa barabara leni
The bulletin begins right now. My name is Alphonce, Ouma. Now, the Council of Governors have raised strong objections to the new digital procurement and contracting system, saying it has failed 3 months after its implementation. They are also demanding the release of 36 billion shillings that they have not received so far. The governors raised the issues at the 28th budget meeting between the central and county governments, chaired by the Deputy President at his official residence in Karen.
So we feel that this EGP thing, along the road, you people will either realize that you are not given the full picture and would ask to revise it, or it will be implemented with pain that was not necessary. We feel that as governors and counties, we have really been pushed to the wall. So much so that we are unable to operate.
We must also find time this morning, in the limited time we have, to also get an update on where we are on the pending bills and see how we make progress. So, you know, the pending bills now are at the level of 720 billion, out of which 172 billion is with the county governments.
2 individuals have lost their lives and several others have sustained critical injuries in a road accident involving a 14-seater matatu and a trailer in the Zambezi area along the Nakuru-Nairobi Highway on Monday. As reported by one of the passengers, the matatu driver attempted to avoid the approaching trailer, which was traveling at a high speed, before veering off to the side of the road. The injured individuals were promptly transported to Thogoto Mission Hospital, while the bodies of the deceased are currently at the facility's mortuary, awaiting post-mortem examinations and identification.
Na Nairobi kufika tukio la ajali hapo ukiambaa katikati ya Kiamana na Zambezi, ndio dereva kuingia kwa barabara kwa kuwa kuna trailer imekuja kwa mwendo wa kasi na kujaribu kuondokea isigonge, kaingia kwa barabara lini ya katikati. Sasa akijaribu tena na yeye dereva wa trailer akaingia hiyo lini ya katikati, so kujaribu kurudi kutoka, ndio gari kubingirika. Penye tulijipata kuna wenye waliumia, kuna wenye waliaga, na wengine wengi wako Dogoto ndo wanatibiwa. Kuna wenye walikufa hapo kama watatu, lakini gari ilikuwa na kama abiria 14 15. Yeah.
Kenya Electricity Distribution Commission, KETRACO, has completed the Loiyangayanni-Suswa Power Transmission Project. The project is expected to be a significant step in strengthening the resilience of the national electricity supply. The project is expected to facilitate the supply of electricity from the Lake Turkana power plant. Speaking at the launch, the Cabinet Secretary for Energy, Opiyo Wandayi, said that the improved power supply will boost investor confidence and ensure Kenyans have access to electricity, which is essential for economic growth.
Ministry and KETRACO and other agencies have been on overdrive to ensure that, first and foremost, minimize national outages. That is evident. To minimize national outages, and this is part of that work that goes toward minimizing national outages. Because this is a very serious, a very important line. The Loiyangayanni-Suswa line is very, very important. As you know, we evacuate over 300 megawatts from Loiyangayanni to Suswa for distribution elsewhere. So any small mishap in this line can cause a serious problem of power shortage in the country. So we have worked tirelessly to ensure that everything is done to reduce chances or possibilities of national outages.
Financial year, we've brought in a major restoration of the line in Sabaki. You know, there were problems between Malindi and Garsen and Lamu. And we brought one of the major with all reinforcement that you see and even much more, because we did piling towers, and that was one of the major restoration we've done within this financial year. We are happy to tell Kenyans that currently we have almost attended to all temporary structures like this, and from KETRACO side, this was our last temporary tower, and that shows that we have slowly eliminated the risks that we have in the system that can cause national.
A section of youth groups in Mombasa County have launched a campaign to encourage young people to come out in large numbers and register to vote. Speaking during the launch of the campaign in Nyali, Mombasa, the youth complained that the politicians have long been abusing them and turning their backs on them after the elections. The voter registration exercise is expected to run for 30 days, starting today and ending on Tuesday, September 28th, 2025.
Ukiangalia according when tunaangalianga news nini uchumi bana ya kuna kazi pia, youths protesting in the streets, vitu kama hizo ya nikiashiria kwamba bana tunataka change.
So we expect the IBC to devolve the registration of voters, because it's very unfair for people to come all the way from Chuda to Kizingo to register as voters. It's very unfair for mothers to walk from Old Town to this place to register. People have used their money to come to this place. So it is very fair that Erastus Ekudong sees it fit to come closer to the people.
Kuna challenges. Ukiangalia mahali ofisi iko mbali kutoka Mvita. So vijana wamekuja all the way from uko down Chuda, Shimanzi, pale Bondeni, Tononoka, walikuja mpaka hapo. So ofisi iko mbali sana. Ya pili, system ya IBC ya kutransfer iko kidogo chini. Vile wanasema they are not doing for the transfer, they are only doing for the new ones. So system iko down, so naomba at least IBC wafanye hii system iende mzuri na exercise imalizike mapema.
All right, a very nice call to action there to the Gen Zs, you know, go out there and register as voters. Let's take a quick break here on Younib TV Live at 9. See you on the other side of the broadcast. Welcome back. Now, primary school teachers in Kajiado County have joined their counterparts across the county in demanding autonomy and separation from primary schools. The teachers are complaining of backlogs of work, staff shortages, and lack of motivation while handling a large number of students without adequate funding.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
We want autonomy in the sense that we are facing a lot of challenges. And our main challenge is teacher specialization. You know, when we are under the umbrella of primary school, the primary school teachers are equipped and they are trained to cover a wide range of learning areas. But you see, the content that is being taught in junior school, it is deep, it is complex, it requires a teacher who has done what we call specialization. Now, it is becoming a challenge when a teacher of English is told to teach something like mathematics, creative arts, something you are not taught in college.
As JSS teachers, when we talk about autonomy, we are talking about the JSS teachers who are demotivated. Despite of the fact that we have the job, the environment where we work, there is a lot of confusion, there is a lot of friction.
We have an issue in these schools. We are asking the government and the ministry to give us a clear career guideline progress. Where are we? After C2, after C3, where are we? Are we going to be head teachers of these schools? Or are we going to be the principals of this school? Kindly give us a clear guideline. We work as we know our hierarchy, where we are going to.
These teachers have experience where they are teaching, and they have been teaching. So let no one downplay our role that we are young, we are not experienced. We have a lot of experience.
Now, tensions remain high in Kainuk, a border area between West Pokot and Turkana counties, after a reservist was killed and his gun stolen. This is after another middle-aged man was shot dead late last week. According to area residents, and the victims were engaged in a sand mining along the banks of Mali River in Kainuk. They have now called on the authorities to act swiftly and restore normalcy.
Mimi nimeshangaa sana kama community ya Kainuku ya Lobo kata maendeleo ya wanawake ikawa sisi ndio tunasika vijana ya miaka 18, tunasika vijana ya miaka 20, tunasika vijana ya miaka 30, tukisika vijana ya miaka chache. Ni nani, dunia gani itatusaidia baadaye?
KPR bas ameuawa, bunduki imechukuliwa, instead of them to follow that gun. They are coming to beat us here. It's like, toa bunduki, toa bunduki, toa bunduki. These wase of ours, they used to kubeba kuni. So, hiyo bas kuni imewamusa for long. For the last 10 to 15 good years, akibeba kuni ndio familia yake ikule. Sasa bas KDF takuja amgusa tu hivi, na mambo na kuni. Anasema toa bunduki. Where is the gun? Na bunduki basi imeua pale askari KPR basi hawajafuata bunduki imeenda.
Magari ya kivita yalioletwa katika tarafa hii ya Kainuk ni ya kutembea. Ni magari ya starehe. Haina kazi ya kusaidia Mturkana na mwananchi ya Kenya. Ninaomba kuomba kama kiongozi mama, Bwana Murkomen, kuja chukua askari yako. Kuja chukua askari yako, tukufe bila usaidizi ya askari yako. Kwa sababu tumechoka kuwawa.
Wakati ule mlipeana order ya kusema hii area ni disturbed and dangerous. Mlisema you will flush out bandits. Now we are not seeing that being affected. Hawa wametengeneza kijiji karibu na shule na hatujaona wakiwa flushed out. Kwa siku chache tunaomba kwamba serikali itoe makucha, serikali itoe macho ili waweze kuflush bandits ambao wameweka kijiji chao karibu na Lobokat Girls.
Some 2 people were killed. But the kind of slumber and the kind of don't care attitude that the security apparatus, some security apparatus within there are trying to show is not really giving now good indicators.
Let's now take a look at some climate action. The Makueni County government organized a Tourism Day celebration at Kivale Forest in Booni constituency. Residents of the county have been urged to continue conserving forests and planting trees in large numbers, especially in the mountains and in the county, in an effort to combat climate change.
Conserve environment vizuri. Kuna mahali huku Makueni unaona kweli, ukiona mlima unawacha huo mlima. In the last 2 years haikuwa namna hiyo, watu wamekata forest, lakini watu wa hapa Mbooni, kongole kwenu ya kwamba mumeweza kuhifadhi mandhari na zile forest ziko hapa.
We are very deliberate in promoting these our ecotourism centers. Earlier the year we did Mboizao and last year we did Nzaui Hills. So tuko na furaha sana na tunahimiza watu wakuja wajionee hii mlima. Total ni kama 14 kilometers. Ukienda 7 na kurudi 7, na is the highest point ya Makueni at 1900 meters above sea level, na ni mahali unaweza kuenjoy sana, hakuna jua sababu utapitia katikati ya miti.
Na tuweze kutrain guides, watu wao wakikuja wanajua wako secure. Mtu anaweza kushinda hapa tangu asubuhi mpaka jioni, akitaka kuweka tent anaweza weka tent alale mpaka kesho asubuhi aondoke, lakini pia awache amelipa fedha kadhaa. Kwa hivyo tuna develop hiyo concept ndiposa to improve tourism.
Wale watu ambao wanapenda ama wako na tabia za kupenda kukatakata miti ovyo ovyo, tuwaimize wawache hiyo maneno.
Tukiangalia about the climate change, Makueni kuna venye kuna njaa sana. So tuangalie tupande miti, na wakati huu mvua inakuja tupande miti watu. Miti itatusaidia kuvuta mvua, na wakati huu wakati kuna mvua ndo wakati mwema wa kupanda.
Tunafurahia kwa sababu tumezunguka katika hii milima ya Mbooni, tukaelimishwa na tukaona mambo mengi ambayo itatusaidia sisi kama watu wa kiwango cha chini.
A 75-year-old woman has passed away following a brutal attack by an unknown assailant in Itumbu village located in the Lugari constituency of Kakamega County. According to neighbors, the victim, identified as Priscilla Tito, was assaulted, and reports suggest that she was raped prior to her house being set on fire. She was taken to the Kakamega County Referral Hospital, where she ultimately succumbed to the injuries sustained during the attack. The local residents have voiced significant concern regarding the increasing instances of insecurity in the area and are now urging authorities to enhance patrols and ensure that justice is served.
After her house was set on fire.
Walikuja tu wakamulika taa kwa uso. Walimulika taa kwa uso, wakamdhulumu kiunyama, kumrepu. Hasa wakati anataka kujaribu kujiokoa ndo kumwagia hasa hiyo mafuta na kumuashia kwa nyumba. Hasa sisi tukapata amekaa hapo nje.
Kwa hiyo harakati sisi tukakimbia mbio kama majirani, tukaitana majirani wote. Kufika tukapata mchere Priscilla alikuwa ameungua sana, mpaka ametoa nguo, mwili wote umeungua. Tukajaribu kutafuta wafadhili watusaidie, lakini kwa muda mrefu hatukupata yule ukuja kutuokoa. All over a sudden ikafika saa 11 ndiposa watu wa Hope wakakuja na ambulance, wakabeba mshere wakaenda na yeye.
Salama umekuwa chini na tunaomba serikali askari wa huku wafanye kazi, kwa maana kama moto unaweza waka kuanzia saa 7 hadi wakati huu maaskari haonekani, inabidi watilie manani mali hapo. Tutashukuru serikali.
Well, and that story from Kajiado marks the end of our bulletin tonight. Thank you so much for choosing Younib TV Live at 9. And from all of us here, we wish you a happy new month in advance and a good night. My name is Alphonce. Ouma.